اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما يا فتاح يا عليم افتح لنا فتحا قريبا آمين يا رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Sifatul Huruf. Under that, we started learning the Sifatul Lazima. Sifatul Lazima are those Sifat which are essential, which are always present in the letters, no matter what. Whether the letter comes with a Fatha, Kasra, or a Dhamma, these Sifat will always be present in those letters. So we have the Sifat, as I said, which are opposite to each other, and these are 10 in total. And then we have the other Sifat, part of the Sifatul Lazima, which are 7 in total, and these don't have opposite to them. We added 2 more, the Ghunna and Ikhfa in it. Istifaal, it means Istifaal and Isti'ala. In today's session, inshallah ta'ala, we will be covering the Sifat of Istifaal and Isti'ala. They are opposite to each other. Istifaal literally means lowering. So anything which is lowering is called Istifaal, and anything that is elevating is called Isti'ala. That's the literal meaning of these two words. When we use it in the context of tajweed, we of course means the elevating or lowering of the sound. So for istifal, the sound is lowering, it doesn't go towards the roof of the mouth. But in isti'ala, the sound is elevated, it goes and touch the roof of the mouth. That's the difference between the two. Under the istifal, the sound is not touching the roof of the mouth for the reasons because the back of the tongue stays flat. It doesn't come close to the soft palate. It's not raised. But under the isti'ala, we have this heaviness in the letters because we are positioning our tongue in such a way that produces the heavy sound. So what do? We make the back of the tongue go high, and then we elevate the sound towards the roof of the mouth by concaving the tongue from the middle. So this will bring heaviness to the sound of the letters. We have 7 letters: Kha, Sad, Dad, Ghain, Ta, Qaf, and Dha. So these are the 7 letters called Khussa, Daghtin, Qidh. These will be read always heavy. Okay, we always have tafkhim, heaviness in those letters. Other than these 7 letters, all other letters will have istifal quality, including the alif, lam, and the ra, which are sometimes heavy and sometimes light letter. So all other letters other than these 7 letters are from the family of istifal letters. So let's see how we can compare the letter of istifal and the letter of isti'ala and how they are different. So on the right side, I have the letter Qaf, that is the letter of isti'ala. Then I have a letter of istifal, which is the Kaf, light letter. So look at the position of the tongue for the Qaf, that is isti'ala letter. Position of the tongue is we have the back of the tongue raised and touching the soft palate in this case, because that is the makhraj for the letter Qaf. So the back of the tongue touches the soft palate, the Qaf is produced. For other letters other than the Qaf, which is the Kha, Sad, Dad, Ghain, Ta, and Dha, all of other 6 letters also have this quality where the back of the tongue, which is called posterior part of the tongue, is raised, even though it doesn't touch in those cases because that's not their makhraj. For the Qaf, it does touch not only raised, but it is touching the soft palate because of its makhraj. Now what will happen as a result? Raising the back part of the tongue will result into the narrowness of the throat. This comes close to the back wall of the throat, so it's narrowing the passage of the throat. The middle of the tongue is concaved and the sound is hitting the roof of the mouth. There is a space when you concave the tongue from the middle, creating a gap between the middle of the tongue and the roof of the mouth. So it has more space between the tongue and the roof of the mouth now. So the sound will come and will be contained between the sound going up and down, creating a kind of an echo in the mouth, and then this will bring heaviness to the sound of the letter qaf. You can try it, it's an easy letter, anyone can try it, and say it slowly and imagine the position of your tongue. You can even use the mirror to see how the tongue is concaved and is raised from the back. Qa, 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 qu, qi, qa, qu, qi, aqo, aqo, qaf. So there is a heaviness in this letter qaf. Opposite to that, so this was isti'ala. Opposite to isti'ala is istifaal, and see the difference in the positioning of the tongue. Again, the back of the tongue is raised and it is touching the part of the soft and the part of the hard palate, because that is the makhraj for the letter kaf. But the sound is not heavy, the sound stays lowered. The arrows in the mouth is showing that the sound is coming down straight away. It is not going and hitting the roof of the mouth. So even though the back of the tongue is raised, but there is no narrowness in the throat. Compare the two. Look at the space between the back wall of the throat and this organ. It's a very narrowness here, but it's a wide passage here. See the difference? So the throat is wide open. There is no concaving or curving of the tongue from the middle. As a result, the sound is not pushed towards the roof of the mouth. In fact, the sound comes out straight away. Kaf, ka, ki, ku, ak, ak. The sound for the letter kaf is light. This is istifaal. I hope this is clear. Let's apply this rule in your reading, inshallah ta'ala. So bearing in mind that the ra, even though it's the letter of istifaal, light letter, but it can take tafkhim, it can be read heavily when it has a fatha and a dhamma on it. Also, when you're reading the heavy letters or the light letters, make sure the heavy letters is staying heavy and the light letters which is coming next to it or before it stays light. So don't end up making the light letter heavy as well just because you're reading the letter before it as heavy. So we need to be very conscious when we are applying the heaviness to the letters. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wadduha. Here, the dad is heavy from the khusa daqtin qid. It has isti'ala, but the letter ha is from the letters of istifaal. I'll keep the dad heavy, but the ha light. Wadduha. والليل إذا سجى ما ودعك ربك وما قلى. Here, make sure the kaf is light and ayn is light as well. Do not end up making the ayn heavy like sound, which will be wrong. The sound should be lowered. It's a letter from istifaal. The qaf is heavy because it has isti'ala. The lam is light because it has istifaal. So wama qala, not qala. If you read that way, you will be making the qaf and the lam both heavy, which will be a mistake. The lam is light letter, it has istifaal, but the qaf has isti'ala. وَلَلْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى. So making sure the kha is heavy, it's a letter of isti'ala. Letter of isti'ala, ra with the fatha has tafkhim. Make sure the hamza is a letter of istifaal. So we will not say akhirati because hamza is not making a sound. It has a sound, keeping it light. وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى. Here, the letter ta is from the letter of isti'ala. So it has a least level of heaviness because of the kasra under it. But we need to make the heaviness intact because if you don't, then the ta will be changed into a letter of ta, which will be a major mistake because you're changing a letter with another letter and this will impact the meaning of the word. So make sure the ta stays heavy. أَلَمْ يَجِدْكَ يَتِيمًا فَآوَى وَوَجَدَكَ ضَالًّا فَهَدَى وَوَجَدَكَ عَائِلًا فَأَغْنَى. Here the ghain, it has rikhawa, it has jahar, rikhawa, then it has isti'ala. So make sure you apply all of those sifat on the ghain with the sukoon. فَأَغْنَى. So hold the ghain for a while before you read it. فَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا تَقْهَرْ. Here the qaf is letter of isti'la. It has a sukoon on it, so we need to bounce it. تَقْو and make it heavy. تَقْهَرْ. Ha light, ra would be heavy. Har, okay? Ta light, qaf heavy. Ha light, ra heavy. تَقْهَرْ. وَأَمَّا السَّائِلَ فَلَا تَنْهَرْ. Same way, ta would be light, then we have a ha light, ra would be heavy. وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. I hope this will help you. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.